The calmest person in the room is usually the one who survived the most chaos as a child. You know that friend who never panics? The one who stays ice cold when everyone else is losing their minds. The one who makes rational decisions during a crisis while others freeze. Most people think they're just naturally zen, born with some gift for composure. But here's the truth nobody talks about. And if I'm speaking to you, like the video, that calm isn't peace. It's a scar, and it was carved into them before they even understood what was happening. It usually begins in childhood, a home where emotions were unpredictable, where a parent's mood could shift from loving to violent in seconds, where expressing fear meant becoming a target, where showing excitement meant it would be weaponized against you later. So the child learns a different survival language, the language of stillness. They become emotional, shock absorbers. Their nervous system rewires itself to detect danger before it arrives. And the world watches this child and says, wow, so mature, so level-headed, so calm for their age. But what they're really witnessing is a child who learned that survival depends on never showing fear. Neuroscientists at Stanford and Harvard have discovered something disturbing. Children raised in unpredictable environments develop what's called a hyperactive amygdala, paired with a suppressed stress response. Their brain's alarm system is constantly screaming danger, but their body has learned to ignore it. It's like having a fire alarm that never stops ringing. So you just learn to function while it blares. Dr. Bruce Perry, a leading trauma researcher, calls this adaptive dissociation. The child doesn't feel less fear. They just learn to function while terrified. And from the outside, this looks like courage. It looks like strength. But on the inside, it's exhaustion. It's a nervous system that never fully relaxes because it's always waiting for the next bomb to drop. Someone needed to hear this today. Fast forward to adulthood. These people become the ones everyone relies on during a crisis. They're surgeons, first responders, CEOs, therapists. They thrive under pressure. But here's what nobody sees. They can't relax when things are calm. Peace feels dangerous. Safety feels suspicious. A quiet moment triggers anxiety because their nervous system is screaming. Something bad is about to happen. They might struggle with intimacy because vulnerability feels like death. They might self-sabotage when life gets too good because chaos feels more familiar than happiness. And the most tragic part, they often don't even realize they're still living in survival mode. Because when dysfunction becomes your baseline, health feels wrong. A longitudinal study published in the Journal of Traumatic Stress followed 1,200 adults who exhibited pathological calmness in stressful situations. The findings were shocking. 73% reported childhood exposure to domestic violence, addiction, or emotional neglect. And here's what's even more revealing. Their cortisol levels didn't spike during stress tests. Not because they weren't stressed, but because their bodies had learned to suppress the stress response entirely. Dr. Bessel, Kolk, author of The Body Keeps the Score, explains it this way. The body doesn't forget. It just learns to lie to the mind. These people aren't calm. They are numb. And there's a massive difference. So what's the cost of this kind of calm? Chronic fatigue, autoimmune disorders, burnout disguised as productivity, relationships where they're always the strong one but never the vulnerable one. I'm speaking to someone right now. A deep, aching loneliness, even when surrounded by people. Because here's the thing about being the calm one. People lean on you, but they never think to ask if you're okay. They never wonder if you need to fall apart. And over time, you start to believe that your worth is tied to your ability to hold everything together. You become the emotional atlas, carrying everyone else's world while your own crumbles in silence. But here's the truth that can set you free. You don't have to be calm anymore. Not all the time. Not when it costs you everything. Healing doesn't mean learning new coping mechanisms. It means unlearning the old ones. It means giving yourself permission to panic, to cry, to rage, to be messy. It means finding safe people and safe spaces where your nervous system can finally exhale. Therapy helps. Somatic practices help. But the real transformation happens when you stop idolizing your strength and start honoring your wounds. When you realize that the calm you perfected wasn't your power, it was your prison. So if you're the calm one, the steady one, the one everyone counts on. I need you to hear this. Your calm is not a gift. It's evidence of a battle you fought alone. And you don't have to keep fighting. You survived the chaos. Like, if I'm speaking to you right now. Now it's time to learn how to live in the peace. Real peace. The kind where your nervous system finally believes the danger is over. The kind where you don't have to perform strength. You just get to be human. And maybe, for the first time, you'll discover what true calm actually feels like. Not the kind born from trauma, but the kind born from healing.